What's up everybody, Gerald here and welcome back to another video. We are finally back out on the bank after a very long absence due to COVID restrictions. We're back here at Lovelace, which is the last place we fished nearly a year ago basically. So I've been here a couple of hours and I've already had one fish, which I'll play the video now. So we're 2 hours into the session here at Lovelace and the right hand rod's torn off, the one that was over by the island. And we've gone and got ourselves a lovely 17-pound mirror. This fell to the half shell, half spicy sausage boilie on the right hand rod. What a lovely fish. So yeah, a nice 17-pounder to start the day after a couple of hours of being here. I wanted to get set up and get all the rods out because I haven't fished since we were here last, which is nearly a year ago. So a little bit rusty, but I've managed to get everything back out and all my casts have gone pretty much where I wanted them first go as well, which is good. So I haven't lost the touch there. And the right hand rod, which is over by the island, which I'll show you where everything is in a minute, tore off. And we had that nice 17-pounder, which is bigger than the fish I caught when I was here last time. So the average size of the fish that we've seen coming out and people have been posted on Facebook have been about 16 to 20 pound. So the 17-pounder is a good start. Hopefully we might be able to get ourselves a 20. So we're back in the swim where we left off, basically nearly a year ago. My right hand rod, which is where I caught fish from, is just over here in this bay. The middle rod is over here, and then my left hand rod is basically in the margin just off this tree down here. I thought we'd try one in close to see what happens. Now when I got here there wasn't a lot of people here, there was only 2 other people on the lake. I was waiting for Scudder and then everyone started turning up. There's now 8 people on the lake, so we've pretty much got this side to ourselves. There is a gentleman and his friend just up on the bend over there, and then everybody else is on the other side of the islands over there. We haven't seen anyone else catch. I'm the only one that's caught one so far as we know, but fingers crossed we all get a fish. Been feeding my duck friends, and Scudder's just recast his right hand rod, but he's fishing pretty much exactly where he was last time as well. So the time is 12 minutes past 10 and I've just lost what was a better fish on the middle rod. That's on the spicy sausage boilie as well, which is over tight to the island. Tore off, hit into it and it kited to the right, into my right hand rod, so I thought it was over on the other side of the island. And then all of a sudden it was like basically at the rod tip, and I had to dip the rod under the water and around the right hand rod, and I knocked it off. So bad angling.
Terrible angling.
Yeah, terrible angling for me. I should have just kept the rod higher, kept tight to the fish, rather than letting the line go slack and then knocking the fish off myself. It's my own fault, but it did look like a better fish. So the fish are on the feed. That's 2 bites for me. Nothing for Scudder yet, obviously.
But at least I ain't lost a good fish.
Well, at least I've caught one. And we've only heard one run on the other side of the lake from the other people, so we haven't seen anyone else catching yet. So the fish are on the feed, hopefully we'll get another one. So now I've had a fish on the right hand rod and then lost the fish on the middle rod. Both those rods were on the back island, and the left hand rod has been down in the margin, and I've not had a single nibble on that, so I've reeled that in and I've put it all the way down the end there, just on the edge of the island over there. There's no one fishing to my left, so I've got this whole basically bit of the island to myself. So I thought I'd put it down there because all the fish do seem to be coming from along the back of the island. Oh, he's coming back. Oh, no, he's not.
Yeah, he's going to get money off that other guy.
Fish, man. Behave. Lively.
Here we have Gerald, fish handling care.
Second fish of the day. This one came on the left hand rod, which is the one that I moved down on the island, and this fell to the cell with a little bit of a fake sweet corn on the end. Lovely fish, let's get it back.
There we go. There we go, Gerald's second fish of the session, 16 pound. Another mirror, back she goes to live another day.
So that was the third fish I've hooked, but I need a second one I've landed, and that came on the left hand rod. Now the left hand rod was down there off the end of the island, what I showed you a bit ago, but the gentleman who was up next to Scudder has decided to move down into the swim that Pat was fishing, and that's his water. So I've moved that rod now. What I've done is I've taken what was the middle rod and put that on the left, and now the middle rod's just in the bay out here. So I've got one over there, one there, and then one over there. So they're all quite close together. But that's okay because I can spread the bait all along the island and they patrol up and down there. We've seen a lot of fish showing in this middle bit here, where I didn't have a line, but I have got one now. We'll see if we get another one. Let's quickly run you through the bait that I'm using today. It's the same as last time. We've got in the bucket some 15mm cell, which I've had 2 of the fish on, and then the other fish came on this spicy sausage Kemp Particles bait, which comes in a day session bucket like this, and you get 2 kilos of the boilie, and then you get a load of pellet as well when they come pre-tied. So this is the size of bag I'm using with the pellet in, only little because I don't want too much on there, and then I'm probably putting out 10 to 15 freebies around each rod. So let's quickly run through the rig that I'm using today. I only ever use simple rigs, whether it's for bottom baits or for pop-ups. They're pretty much the same, except normally if I'm using a pop-up there will be a split shot here and there will be no shrink tubing on there. But I'm using a bottom bait today because the lake here is all clay. There isn't a lot of debris on the bottom, so a pop-up would probably scare the fish off, so bottom baits are the way. So we've got a size 6 wide gape straight hook, and that's tied on with some 25-pound Camotex dark camo. That's the soft. And then we've got a little bit of shrink tube, like I said there, just to give this a nice little kick and help with the hook hold. Keep your rigs nice and simple, and then that way you'll be more confident when you're fishing. There's less to go wrong, and they do work and they will catch you fish. As long as you've got the right bait, I think bait is way more important than the actual rig. The fish have got to be attracted to the bait before they even touch the rig, so keeping it simple, having the right bait, putting it in the right place is the most important thing. Alright, third fish of the session. This one came on the middle rod, which was the cell with the yellow bit of sweet corn on it, to the new spot, which is just in the cove over there. And this fish, a bit bigger this one, 19 pound, another lovely mirror from the Lovelace fishery. So here's the rig that caught that third fish. There's a 3-ounce lead. I do like a heavier lead, just because it helps hook the fish. And there's a quick link there, which is just tied on with the swivel. And we've got a cell bottom bait with a little bit of yellow fake corn on the end there, just for some high vis. So, 4 fish hooked, 3 landed. That one came from the middle rod, like I said, which is the one just in the bay out there, not too close to the island, probably about 4 foot off the bank. I think it's quite shallow right up against the bank, so I've come a little bit further out, and I've seen fish showing there, and we've had another one. Scudder's just switching over all his baits and putting a little bit of yellow topper on these baits like I've been. That's what's been catching me the fish, so he's just switched all his over and he's recasting them out now. These little ducks have been keeping me company, mainly because I've been feeding them the pellet. They love it.
You like that? That's probably where I wanted to be.
So I'm quickly going to talk to you about how I baited up today, and how I would normally bait up when I'm fishing a lake like this. Now, I don't like to put in a lot of bait. I'll put a small bag on each rod with a little bit of pellet and some boilies in them, and then I'll put about 15 to 20 freebies around each rod until I get a bite or there are some sort of signs of fish activity in the swim. If I think the fish are in the swim and feeding, then I might top it up, but normally I won't top it up until I've actually caught a fish. I would rather put in a little bit of bait, have the fish come in the area, find that bait, and then find my hook bait quicker than piling in the bait and then them just eating all the freebies and not touching my hook bait for ages. Everyone else on the lake other than me and Scudder have been putting in loads of bait and they're not really catching, and I've managed to catch 4 but only land 3 of them. So it shows that little and often, just put it in around the rods. You don't need lots, just enough to attract them in. It does work and it will catch you fish. I'm in, live on camera.
Did you have anyone watching?
Yeah, I'm in. I'm live right now.
Welcome back to Joe's live Instagram.
Look at that, mate.
He's gone in someone else's water here. Hello, Auntie Jane.
Right, fish number 4. This one came on the left hand rod, which I'm pretty sure was the spicy sausage boilie. It's another 17-pound mirror. Another fish. I thought this one was a bit bigger. Put up quite a good fight, this one, but they all do in here anyway. But a lovely fish nonetheless. Let's get it back. So we've now had 4 fish. That one was on the left hand rod, and the gentlemen that were up behind Scudder who've moved down there have just had one as well. That's probably about 13, 14 odd pound. This fish I caught live on Instagram, so I'll put that video in as well so you can see me actually playing it. But it's been a good day so far. 4 fish, lost 1, so that would have been 5. Nothing for Scudder still, but there's a few fish coming out. It's now 4:40 and the day is coming to an end pretty much. We've probably got about another hour before I'll start packing up, and then maybe like 20 minutes after that as well. Keep the rods out to the last minute to see if we can get another one. No bites for Scudder unfortunately, but the bloke on the other side of the lake has just had one. No more bites for me either. It's been pretty quiet for the last hour or so, but it's cold. Temperature's dropped. It's got overcast, but we'll see what happens. So it's now 5:30 and I'm starting to pack up now. The rods are on the deck and I'm going to put everything else away first. Scudder's also starting to pack up. No fish for him unfortunately, and no more bites for me. Got a couple more minutes and we'll see if we can get one in them few minutes, but I doubt it. I'm going to keep on packing up and I'll get back to you in a sec. So that's it, the rods are in. Everyone else on the lake has gone and packed up. Scudder's just loading the van. I'm about to take my stuff down. Not bad for a day's fishing. 4 fish caught, 5 hooked. Unfortunately that one that got away was probably the bigger fish, but it doesn't matter. It's not the end of the world. Scudder didn't have anything, but we will be back. We are thinking about hiring the whole lake out at some point, just probably after summer, just so we can have a good session down here with everyone. Fill the place up and see what happens. So I am going to be getting back out on the bank as much as I can, and there'll be more videos coming soon. So until then, tight lines, wet nets, and I'll catch you all later.